Brothers and sisters, please come to order. The officers will now put on their regalia, and all present are requested to silence their electronic devices. At this point, the state deputy will preside in my place, or the national deputy. We don't have one, right? So, the herald, I ask you to be the herald. Or I'll be the herald. You're supposed to be here. Well, actually, two different people, right? Because we're going to ask you to come up. I'm ready.
I am ready to act as requested.
Sisters and brothers, please pay attention and respectful silence during the installation ceremony. We'll now call the outgoing officers.
All calling them?
Well, that's you.
These are the new ones. Outgoing. Outgoing. That's
The
me.
outgoing officers.
It's me.
National President Nancy D. Fiore Quinn. No, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, First Vice President Robert Bianchi. Please stand in a line facing the audience. Second Vice President Joseph Boncourt. Third National Vice President Michael Polo. Our third Vice President, fourth Vice President is not here. Okay, and these are the old ones going out of office, all right? Fifth Vice President, Thomas Lupo. I don't have the old list in front of me, all I have is the new one. Okay, ARDA, Michael Creedon. Recording Secretary, Philip Privatera. Financial Secretary, Tony Anderson, who is on Zoom. Treasurer, Joseph Rondinelli, who would be on Zoom. And Historian, Carolyn Rears. The Order Sons and Daughters of Italy in America thanks each one of you for your devotion and dedication as an officer of this lodge. Your many hours of sacrifice away from your families and employment on behalf of the Order are very much appreciated. You have been our leaders. If you have ever wondered whether your efforts have been appreciated, let us say clearly here and now to each one of you, yes, your efforts have been appreciated, and deeply so. It is so easy to stand aside and say, let someone else do it. It is not so easy to step forward and say, I will do it, as each of you have. We are proud to proclaim that we have had the privilege to serve under your national leadership. The outgoing officers will turn and face the Assembly. I now ask the Assembly to please rise and give a round of applause for the members of the outgoing National Council. Okay, if you just all please step aside to the right. Okay, for the 2021-23 biennium year, for the position of National President Robert Bianchi, Esquire. You are an Esquire, correct? Right. The Honorable Joseph A. Boncourt, Esquire as well. Michael G. Polo. For third Vice President Thomas Lupo. Fourth Vice President Mark D'Annunzio. For fifth Vice President Tony Anderson on Zoom. Immediate past President Nancy D. Fiore Quinn. For National ARDA, Frank Gattuso. National Recording Secretary John Saladino. Financial Secretary Louis Santoro. Treasurer on Zoom, Joseph Rondinelli. And for Historian, all the way from California, Lynn Murphy. We hope that we can see you all, and hopefully you can see us. If you all rise, this will be the swearing in. Please raise your right hand. Today you will become the new leaders of this National Lodge in our beloved organization, the Order of Sons and Daughters of Italy in America. Your task is a formidable one. We are the oldest, the largest, the most geographically represented organization of Americans of Italian heritage in this country. Your challenge, therefore, today is to ensure that we continue our success. Always remember that the future of this lodge depends upon the manner in which you shall perform your duties. We all look forward to your dedicated leadership. Are you all ready now to take the oath of office? Keep your hand up. We, the officers of the Supreme Lodge of the United States of America, elected by the will of the Assembly before us all, and the emblem of our order, declare and promise to respect our officials, to obey and have obeyed the laws which govern us. In fulfillment of the duties of our respective offices, we each promise to uphold the interests of this National Lodge and of its members. Do you each promise? Congratulations. The audience may be seated, and now in the reverse order, we will invite those to be vested to come up with the person who will vest them. Unfortunately, in California, Lynn Murphy, you will be vested at a later date. We will be shipping out your regalia. Joseph Rondinelli, Treasurer, similarly. For the position of Financial Secretary, Louis Santoro, please step forward to be vested. Somebody has the regalia. Can you wait? Here, wife's coming up. Follow Lisa's instructions because you're going to be on video.
You're on video here.
Oh. Okay, now being vested is our Financial Secretary, Louis Santoro. Please. How about a round of applause for Lou? Lou, maybe stand over there. Okay, the next position is Frank, for the position of Recording Secretary, John Saladino. Who wishes to vest? Okay. By Philip Boncourt and Betty. Congratulations. A round of applause for John Saladino. For the position of ARDA, Frank Gattuso of New Jersey. Diane. Say, oh, Ralph. How about turn the camera, please. Congratulations to Frank, our new ARDA. Okay, for the position of immediate past President, Nancy DeFiore Quinn. Where is John? Yeah. He's coming. Yeah. I think you're being vested with flowers. Wow.
Hold on, face here. Face here, so everyone can see. Ready? Look here, Nancy. 1, 2, 3.
Our fifth Vice President, Tony Anderson, congratulations again. We hope you're watching this, and your regalia will be transmitted to you and then decorated with you out there in the Northwest. The fourth Vice President, all the way from Florida, Mark D'Annunzio. And during all day, we're resting.
Face him.
Okay, for the position of third Vice President, all the way from New York, Thomas Lupo, invested by Barbara and Shirley County. Please turn around and face the camera, though. Thank you.
She doesn't have a magical camera.
Okay, the next two people are going to be decorated by their parents, their fathers, which is really incredible. That's 3 in a row. Michael G. Polo, second Vice President, invested by his father, National Past President Paul S. Polo.
1, 2, 3.
And all the way from Massachusetts, the second Vice President, Honorable Joseph A. Boncourt, was decorated by his father, Philip Boncourt. Finally, what a great honor to have our national president be vested not only with his wife, as well as his father, Angelo, who is with us, the Honorable Robert Bianchi, national president.
Start here. 1.
Mr. National President, now that you and your office has been duly installed, I hand you this gavel, which is the symbol of authority, and I hope you will use it with discretion, justice, and impartiality in the interest of the members of this National Supreme Lodge. Please take your place.
Thank you, Joe. Before the assembly, I promise that I shall be worthy of your faith. The herald will inform the lodge that the installation ceremony is over.
Brothers and sisters, the installation of the 2023 year is over. At this point, however, excuse me, someone said that if any of the trustees were here, that we should address them. So shall we do that now? Or you can, as national president, you'll be able to do that. From the state of California, obviously, we can't do that. From the state of Florida, no. Massachusetts, their trustee is here. Please step forward. And then Robert, the president for that.
Come on, Tony.
I'm already vested, so.
We're double best you. First thing double vested in this water.
I believe in Maryland, trustees down here, in New Jersey. We have the new trustees.
I said, don't let me. The quickest meeting guy in the world.
New York, we have Brother Robert Ferrito, who was reelected to be national president. That's here. May as well do it, right? Highlight to be vested at a later date. I thank you, Brother Tony. And then Pennsylvania, not here obviously today. And then from the Northwest, they will be vested separately. That concludes it. Other people have asked, worthy President, about the arbitrators. The arbitrators, I think it was your decision and suggested well with Nancy to defer that election to October. And at the same time, people have asked about the foundation. The foundation will be reconfigured at the Tampa.
Okay, thank you. We just got my notes here. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody in the room and of course our Zoom audience. Thank you so much for all the people who are still participating. And I guess I'll start off with Zoom. As Nancy had indicated, we came to a tremendous challenge last year, all of us, personally, professionally, and as an organization. And I applaud Nancy because technology, I would say, wasn't on the forefront of everybody's mind in the order at the time of the pandemic. But we showed the power of what it can do. And we showed the power of what a great leader like Nancy can do when she allows the talent in the organization to help out. So let's give a round of applause to Nancy for that. And you always get into danger when you do something like this, but we, for a year and a half, have been looking at this, and I'm looking at Justin in front of us and our national staff, our office staff, which we're working very closely with. And it's not going to just stop with Lisa Marie Falbo is here. Lisa, say hello. Great, Lisa, right there. Yeah. One of the faces in the Facebook Live series. Mary Kovacs from Ohio is here. Mary, for everything you've done. Amazing work. 550,000 people have reviewed our Facebook Live series. And we're not stopping there. We are about ready to close a deal, which we believe will be paid for by corporate sponsorships, not through us, to get into 3.8 million homes on TV in the tri-state area, specifically geared towards attracting the Italian-American and younger demographic. We say we want this. We need to go out and get it. We're capable of doing it. We have all the talent right here, and the technology committee and the membership committee and all the people that I worked with for this last year and a half are going to continue to make these things happen. And once we do it on the tri-state level, we're going to move into the other jurisdictions as well. We're going to get our feet wet. But here's the beauty of it in my mind, and it's because of all of you. We all know how great this beloved order is. My father has been bringing me to these things for as long as I can remember. I used to come as a kid because I just used to like the arguing that went on, to be honest with you. So, it was training me to be the lawyer, trial lawyer. So, and then my dad became the Commission for Social Justice president for 2 terms, and that's when the flame in me wanting to be part of this organization started. And the legacy of all those who came before us, I know that some people are concerned about new ideas. Nothing changes with regard to business as usual, but we are going to do some innovative and novel things in order to attract a different demographic of people, which I particularly said is women in leadership. So we will be starting a women's action committee as one of the things. We know we're top heavy with men. There's no question about it. So that's one of the things that we need to address. We're going to be doing marketing, and we're going to be looking for alternative revenue streams. We're already working with the national office. We have an MBA program that's already evaluated us from a business point of view. And I know that there's someone out to say we're a fraternal organization. That is true. So is the Red Cross. So is every other organization that does charity work. But we also have to remember, we need to build membership. We need to get younger people. Saying it is one thing, going operational is another. So I especially want to, again, thank Mark D'Annunzio and Mary Kovacs, who are going to also be working directly under my administration with the national staff in order to implement these alternative sources of revenue streams and advertising. One of the people that I've also discussed with an economic development committee that we are going to start, which is aggressively going out to create revenue streams from business communities where we can now offer them something. We can give you a TV commercial. We don't have to beg for it. Stuff. Our Facebook carries 84,000 people that follow us, and we've never really leveraged it. So the news is good, the hope is great, we have a national headquarters, we have all the pieces in place. And one of the people that I'm gonna put in charge of that committee, and I have a number of committee assignments that are come out, is Phil Privatera. Is gonna be one of those people with a number of other individuals who are gonna specifically be designing to go out and get that business community and get those dollars that come in. And we're gonna have metrics for everybody, so everybody knows what their goals are, and everybody can move in that direction. So I think, Justin, if I may put you on the spot, I think everybody's happy about what it is that we're gonna be doing from an office standpoint. And I wanna thank Joe DiCiapani, who, as our chief operating officer for the last 2 years, has done an amazing job of getting everybody ready to go. We're ready to take it to the next level. My New Jersey crew, thank you for all the support for all the years. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate all that support and friendship and all those funny text messages we send back and forth at our convention. So thank you. And for Barbara Wisniewski and Joe Famosa, who are here. My father, Ray DeTore, Al Aldini, and Sam Famosa were the quadrant of individuals, sometimes causing a little problem, sometimes not, you know. But Sam is gone and Rita is gone. But if it wasn't for Sam, I wouldn't be in this position, both as a national president and when I was appointed as prosecutor in Morris County, which was a great high for me in my professional career. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Vince Sarno, who supported me from getting involved in this order, gave me my first real position on the national level, the CSJ, Commission for Social Justice, and for all the tutelage and support that he's given me. So last but not least, my wife, Michelle, who doesn't quite get it yet. And why do you want to travel someplace and just argue with people? No, but it's not about art, it's love, right? It's about our family. It's so good to see everybody. We haven't seen each other for a year and a half. For all our folks that couldn't travel that are with us on Zoom, that's great. But we can't wait, hopefully, to be in Tampa. And we have so many positive things that we're going to do. But our family, we may argue and we may disagree. And God knows we've done that a lot. But we continue to move forward. And I know that there was an election that happened here today, and I meant what I said, that both of the gentlemen that were running in that election are good men, are decent men that want to serve the order. So we hope that we can continue to move forward together. I'm here for you. We have a lot of great novel ideas. And so with your permission, hopefully I'll be reaching out. Vice presidents will be working. Committee chairs will be working. And I want to leave you with one thing that I think is very important to put in your minds, something that is very dear to me in terms of my thought process of getting more women and more younger people involved in the organization. So I want to pitch it to you now. We're doing a bylaw amendment, and hopefully in October, it's going to pass. We believe this is essential for the bloodstream and the vitality of this organization. And that is a bylaw that essentially is going to allow people that serve as committee chair and co-chairs to be considered eligible to be voted into office on a national level. And what I'm going to be doing is going to each Grand Lodge, and I'm going to be asking you for, I call it the Mary Kovacs factor. I'm sorry to keep, like highlighting her, but who's done so much. I mean, when we talk about what our committees do, hours and hours and hours each week go into doing the things, the shows, the productions, the people we have, the business ideas we have. And what we would like to do is to ask you, give us, who may not be able to get through the chairs very quickly in terms of the state Grand Lodge system or the national system, give us people, we have a couple that are in mind already, that people have reached out for us. I'll be reaching out to each and every one of you to do this. If female leadership is important, younger leadership is important, they have the ideas, they have the platforms, they know how to speak to the new generation. Because we are, by the way, our tagline that I was used, a group of Italian men and women who donate millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, okay, to charities and scholarships while supporting our Italian heritage and culture. That is who we are. So when I ask for that bylaw, I would ask of all things to please consider it seriously when you see it. I know it's a novel concept, but that will bring vitality into those committees. That'll make those committees coveted positions to have. They won't be voting, so there's no voting skewing going on with that. They're just going to be able to be there, to be seen, to give us ideas, to give us information, and for us to be able to leverage and use that. So, I just need to show you where we're going. There is hope. I know membership has decreased, but I have no question about the fact that we can stop that meeting with a clear message and with the great help from the people that are already helped and the ones that I will be asking for. So thank you for your confidence in me. Mark D'Annunzio, my boss, tells me that I am to say that we are going to reconvene the convention or the delegates here for this convention on September 8th. So please put it in your calendar. On September 8th, it's to consider a bylaw amendment that's needed for a situation with regard to Connecticut that we need to deal with, that we think is important with regard to delegates. So we'll give you more information before then. 8 p.m. Eastern time on September 8th. And perhaps as important, Mark's laughing, let's have some fun too. Let's all smile. And the first part we're going to do with that is tonight at the Iron Monkey. That's right. It's called the Iron Monkey. You are in Jersey, so be ready for something peculiar. 99 Green Street. Mark tells me the time that we'll be there is whenever. So we'll try to get a little more clarity for you. Let's enjoy our company while we have the time together. Thank you again for your confidence. Dad, thank you for everything. Sam, Formosa, Vince, for Nancy, for your leadership. Joe Shiami, Paul Polo, I'm looking across the board, Joe D, Joe Enstrolo, everybody, Phil, yeah, Dan Londo, Dan, I mean, you know, we went through a lot together. I had to give you a shout out there. When the organization was much different, and you really did a lot to advance us, and I thank you for your tutelage and your mentorship of me throughout. Okay, guys, enough of me. Hopefully see you at the Iron Monkey. Thank you.